Hello, intrepid followers, subscribers, and watchers of my YouTube video. I'm back with an unboxing video, but this is a special one. It's everything I got at Emerald City Comic-Con 2024. Most of it's in this bag, so let's get into it and see what I got, okay? Alright, so, put this down in a way that I can open it while I'm still talking to you guys. Alright, so first up, I got this really cool print. I went to Artist Alley. Took me 2.5 days to go through all of Artist Alley because it was very huge this year. So the first thing I got was this really cool Haunted Mansion piece. There's just different icons and features of Haunted Mansion. This is by Jess Feldman, this is the artist on it. And oh, by the way, I'll put links to all the people that I got art from in the description. So if you want to check out their stuff and maybe try and buy it, you can. So that's the first one I got. Isn't that cool? Just all these icons of different parts of Haunted Mansion because I love the Haunted Mansion. I have another art piece by them that's of the Disneyland snacks. So good. So cool stuff. Okay, next we have, let me get them here. There's 3 of them. Okay, so these come from a artist named Brittney and their art is very different. They have like just stuff all across the board. There was so much stuff there, but I picked 3 things that I wanted to get from them that I thought were cool. The first one is this print of Thrawn from Star Wars. He's in Ahsoka and some of the comic books as well. He's never made an appearance in any of the live action stuff until recently, which is the Ahsoka show. So that is that one. The next one's a little silly, but I had to get it. It was the first thing I saw that they made that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this because I don't have very much stuff from this. It's Star Trek Voyager, but it's done in the typeface and the idea of like, of Friends. 2 shows I really love. One more than the other. Can you guess which one more than the other? But I'll get a little closer. You can see it. So yeah, it's got all most of the main cast of Voyager there sitting around on the couch with the font of Voyager done in the Friends font with the little dots in between each letter, which I always thought was weird. Anyway. Next up, from Brittney Ann, I have this really cool print of another Star Wars character I love, Chopper, the famous war criminal Chopper. I've always liked Chopper, and I thought it was really cool when I saw this one that they had 2, so I had to get that as well. All right, so next, these next 2 I found were really cool. They're from a show that's on Disney Plus. I think it was on Disney XD when Disney XD was around as well. It's a show called Owl House. The first print is of the main characters. So this is them. It's from Hela art. So this is really cool because it's a watercolor print. I just thought it was really cool. Shows the characters. My favorite character is Hoot Hoot and King. They're both here at the top. Then there's Heidi, and then, oh my gosh, forgot the main character's name, and then her girlfriend. So isn't that cool? And then the other print I got from this is also Owl House, and it's King just on his own. Meh! Wah! That's something he says a lot. Wah! So I thought that was a really cool idea. All right. The next is from an artist. I got a bunch of prints from them. He and I ended up talking just about comic books in general and pop geek culture in general too, mainly because of this first print I got from him. This is by Dan Aguillo. I don't know if I said that last name right. Or excuse me, Don. Sorry, I read my notes wrong. Don Aguillo. So this is the first one. If you can't see what it is, this has all the vampire slayers from the main universe. There's Buffy here at the bottom. There's Faith. I forgot the other one's names. Oh my gosh, my brain's blanking on their names. But look at them. There they are. Look at all of them. It's really cool. I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. I was so excited to get it. When I saw this on his booth, I was like, I have to get that, which then led me to see, which one is it? Oh, this one, Spiderwoman, another favorite character of mine, Jessica Drew, Spiderwoman. So cool, just the way he just made her look in this, and the spider webs behind her. And then the next one I saw at his booth that I wanted to get was Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain in her Hellfire Gala outfit. Isn't that cool? That's just so cool. I just love the way she looks. Her psychic powers being shown as the butterflies. And then next, also in their Hellfire Gala outfit is Colossus. I don't have very much Colossus artwork either. So I thought, you know what? this is a chance to have some more Colossus artwork, so I can put that up on the walls maybe. And he's also in his Hellfire Gala outfit, which I think is really cool. And the last one from him I got was the Phoenix Force in Jean Grey. Isn't that cool? I just love the way he did the colors and the way she looks, the way she's standing and the way she's moving. It doesn't feel stagnant. It doesn't feel like it's one dimensional or two dimensional. It feels three dimensional in the way it looks. So that is all the art I got, but I did get a piece of artwork. I don't know who the creator is. Oh, it says here on the back. Okay, this is by A.C. White. It is something that a friend gave me because I love Hawkeye, and it shows Clint and Kate Hawkeyes, both the different Hawkeyes, along with Lucky the pizza dog. I thought that was cool too, so I was glad to get that. And then, because the con gets so hot sometimes, it can get so blustery and hot in there, I try to bring a fan with me or something to keep me cool. Well, I didn't bring one, but there was an artist there who had fans. This is a wooden fan made by Iliothermia. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I will put, again, all links to their stuff in the description. But I really thought this was a cool fan. It was made of wood. I saw some other places that had fans, but I just love this one. I just love the way it feels, even right now. It's not really warm in here. It just feels nice on me. And it's really good. You can do that clack thing. Oh, isn't that cool? All right, next, everything I got next was my comic book stuff. So I had a list of comic books I needed to get. Some of them were back issues. Some of them were recent back issues mainly, because there was somehow, like, in reading the comic books, I missed some issues. So I wanted to get those, replace those, or find them and add them to the collection and read them. And then I also wanted to get some trade paperbacks of some comic books that I love. So let's start with the trade paperbacks. The first one I got was Volume 9 of the New Teen Titans. This, of course, was written by Wolfman and drawn mainly by George Perez. And I'm in the process of getting all the trades of these because that's what they've put out so far. They haven't done any omnis of it. I don't think DC Comics is doing omnis. I know Marvel is and other companies, but DC really isn't doing omnis. If they do, they call them compendiums, which is the same thing as an omni, which is a lot of books in one big thick book. So I'm just getting them as I can. I've got Volume 9, so I've got 1 through 6 or 7, and then I need 8. Now I have 9, and I think there's 10, 11, and I think there's like 12 or 15 volumes of it. So yeah, I'm slowly making my way through getting those and reading them. I've read up to Volume 2. So I'm not really getting too many of the single issues of this. And the next one is for a character I really love, just some back issues again. I got the Epic Collection Hawkeye, The Way of the Arrow, made by DeFalco, Mackie, Brightlim, Milgram, and Wilson. So this is the second volume. I thought it was the first volume, which means I need to find the first volume. And this has issues 1 through 20 of the Solo Avengers series, which was like a Solo Avengers series of like the different characters. And this happens to be just all the Hawkeye versions of the Solo Avengers stories. The picture on the front is cool. It does show Black Widow in her 1970s, 80s outfit. The back shows his wife Mockingbird along with him as well. So I'm excited to read this. It's in really good shape, really good colors. I got both of these from Phantom Zone Comics at the comic convention. They had a really huge booth where they were just selling trade paperbacks for 50% off. That's the coolest thing about going to comic book conventions, is you can sometimes find some really great deals on comic books, which is what I got. So really great deals. Okay, so the next thing I got were a bunch of comic books I was missing from my collection. A lot of them were X-Men or X-Men related. So I've got X-Men number 12, and then I have X-Men number 7. This is another fun, cool cover. And then X-Men number 15, which this is a variant cover by Terry Dodson. And it has the MM up here. I don't know if you can see the MM. I've forgotten what it's for, but I think it's commemorating another character. If you know who the character is, please tell me in the comments below who the character is, because I don't remember who the character is. I know it's a really important one that, like, for a lot of history, but for some reason, I don't know, I've forgotten their name. All right, the next one, surprise, surprise. It's another X-Men cover. I love this one because it shows the people at the Quiet Council seating area, but it's all their enemies seated at. So I don't know if it's part of like a separate, like a cover of set of them or not, which would be cool if it was. The next one is also another X-Men Krakoa era one. This is Sword, and this one ties into the King in Black Venom crossover. So I don't have that one. So it's number 2. I didn't realize I didn't have number 2. Then from the second volume of Star Wars Dr. Aphra, this is Dr. Aphra number 16 I was missing. I thought I had it. It was a really cool cover though, isn't it? I love when they have these covers. They're like an homage to a cover. I think it was a Justice League that did it first, where it's a evil villain like controlling characters on a chessboard or a game board. So I thought that was really cool. The next comic books I got are ones I wasn't expecting to get, but I've been slowly trying to get all these. They're more modern ones again, and they're variants of covers by Scotty Young. So Scotty Young's a really popular artist. He does these kind of characters in this very like childlike little kid way that people really love and I love too. And he started doing it with some like X-Men characters and some other characters, and so now he's just been doing some covers lately. So I got these different covers. This one is from Astonishing Iceman #1, so it's a Scotty Young version of the cover. So he's just sliding down his ice, but it's a Scotty Young version of it. And the other one is Uncanny Spider-Man #1. You can see he's there and there. Spoiler, if you haven't read Uncanny Spider-Man is actually Nightcrawler. I know, Nightcrawler. Ah! But you should read the story. It's a really great story. I thought it was really cool. So was the Astonishing Iceman story. These were both part of the Age of Apocalypse, Fall of X Krakoan era, end of the Krakoan era, sort of leading it out to the end of it. It was really cool. Now the last comic book I got, actually no, the second to last comic book, excuse me, there's 2 more comic books I got. The second to last one I got, I wasn't looking for. I happened to be, again, in Artist Alley looking at art with some friends, and we saw this one artist had the stuff that I loved. There was Nightwing he'd done, and some of the X-Men, and they were all cool covers, and I just couldn't drawings, prints. I could not decide on which one I wanted to get, but then he had this, a variant cover, and come to find out he loves doing variant covers. We talked a little bit about his variant covers he does and how he loves doing the artwork on variant covers because he has freedom to do what he wants to on the cover. Like, you're just, hey, you want to do a variant cover? Here's the characters we want to see on it. Please put them on there. And he goes, sure, and he makes it. And I just love this one. It's from Titans. It's #4 from the newest series, and it's the Titans. And look, they're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I love it. So like, I just love all their faces, just different things. But my favorite is Nightwing's face. He's eating something, and the look on his face is like, what? What did I just put in my mouth? I've never had this before. What is this? What is this supposed? I don't know what this is supposed to taste like, but I think I should keep eating it. I just love it. It's a great cover. The artist is David Talaski, I think is his last name. Talaski or Talaski. So I got to talk to him. He's really cool. I loved his artwork. Some of it is not safe for work, so if you go looking at it, please do make sure it's a place where you don't get seen by any eyes who should not be seeing that artwork. But anyway, that is almost all the stuff I got. The last thing I got, this was like, I wasn't planning to get this at all. I've seen these a lot out there. I think they're really cool, but I just never thought I could afford it or find what I really, really wanted. It is a comic book that's in a slab. In a slab. And you can sort of see which one it is. I never thought I would be getting a comic book in a slab. I never thought I would take any of my actual own comic books and get them slabbed. By the way, if you don't know what slabbed is, it's where you take a comic book and you put it, encase it in a glass or plexiglass container so it's sealed and it can't be damaged anymore by like the elements. A lot of people do it because it's a way of preserving the comic books, but I really like reading them, so just putting them in a regular bag and with a board is something I'd rather do. But this has become a thing over the last 10 years that's been really popular, and also they sometimes get them graded, so you have like a grade of what it is, and ooh, this one's better than this one, and stuff like that. But I don't want to spend the money myself to do this, so I never wanted to get by and make mine that way. But you can buy them. People will do this and then sell them. And so there was a comic book vendor there at the con who was selling them, and I found this comic book because it's one of my favorite comic books, one of my favorite series. It's Excalibur #1 from the 1990s, written by Chris Claremont and drawn by Alan Davis. The first appearance, well, it's the second appearance. The first appearance was in a special comic book they did, which I have, which I don't know if they have it in the slab or not. But I got this one because I was like, hey, I own this already. I can go and read it if I want to and not have to get it out of this container, but this is really cool. It got a 9.6 grade on it from the company that did it. I think this is CGC. It was one of the different kinds of companies. I think there's like 2 or 3 out there that do the grading and the slabbing. So I thought, you know what? I'll do it. I'll put the money into doing it. So yeah, I've got a slab comic book. Now, some people are like, oh my gosh, Joel, you're going to start buying more of them. I don't know for sure if I will, because it would be very expensive. This one would cost pretty reasonable. It was $50 because it was at a con, so it was a reasonable price. Sometimes these aren't as reasonable priced, and they're very expensive. But that is everything I got at Emerald City Comic Con 2024. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Again, if you went to a Comic Con recently, whether it's Emerald City or another comic book convention, share in the comments below what you got. And of course, share this video with others. Please give it a like. If you already aren't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I do a lot of comic books and cosplay related stuff. And I can't think of anything else to say, but my usual end phrase, which is, comic books are for everyone. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Yay. Did a thing. Share stuff.